Hello and a very warm welcome. What an epic Brazilian Grand Prix we witnessed yesterday. But I've seen people, oh my god, like, did Max do that intentionally? Wait, as the great Murray Walker would say, it's a fairly short debate. I mean, I love Max, but 100% he did that on purpose. Even if you're his biggest fan, you cannot defend that. It's it straight away. It reminded me of Rosberg Hamilton in Austria. Rosberg didn't turn the steering wheel, and he actually got a penalty for it. I'm astounded, absolutely astounded that Max, like, they investigated it, no action. But I'm kind of glad that happened because I want this title decided on track. I don't want it decided in the steward's office with a bullshit penalty given. Yeah, I love Max. He's brilliant for Formula One. Yesterday, he went over the top. Simple as that. And Lewis had the last laugh. And yeah, he went over the top. But like I say, he's never been in this position before. I don't think the pressure's getting into him. It is Max. He's always been aggressive. He's great for Formula One. But yesterday that was done on purpose. There's no if, buts, maybes. And what a shock. We've got so many cameras in Formula One. We've got so much footage and coverage to the world, to the everyone. But we can't get footage of Max's steering wheel. How convenient. Yeah. As a Lewis fan, it's very satisfying with what happened yesterday because so much bullshit and bollocks we've put up with this weekend. Getting a DRS infringement. Now, he deserved that penalty. But Red Bull allowed to change their wings 3 or 4 times. Nothing said. But yet Lewis has to take a penalty and gets disqualified out the sprint quali. So it's tit for tat. But yeah, and then they're investigating Lewis after the race for unloosening his seatbelts. That is not a new thing. If like anyone who knows Formula One, that is not a new thing. He does it all the time. Romain Grosjean brought that up a couple of years ago in a press conference. He does it all the time, so it's not a new thing. So I don't know why they're investigating that all of a sudden, like it's a big deal, because he's been doing it. Yeah, very strange, odd. Lewis getting all the penalties, Red Bull getting away scot-free. What I want to know, and the real question, did Max do it intentionally? That's not the real question. Of course he did it intentionally. There's no footage of Max's steering wheel because he basically didn't turn the steering wheel. He just shoved Hamilton off. He knew exactly what he was doing. The biggest question is, if the boot was on the other foot and Lewis did that to Max, would there have been no action? With the way it went at Brazil, I believe Lewis would have got a penalty for that. So, yeah, that's what's bitter. It leaves a sour taste in the mouth that it seems one driver gets all the penalties and the other team doesn't. So, interesting. But like I say, we had the last laugh yesterday. Now, who's going to be having the last laugh come Abu Dhabi? Is it going to be Max Lewis? It was tense yesterday, and yeah, I reacted instantly. I was a bit emotional. I was so buzzing that Lewis won, and a bit of shithousery by Max. And when I'm reacting instantly, I actually watched that video back to see if I said anything out of context, But I think I stand by what I said. It was a bit of shithousery by Max. But this is the F1 title. I'm glad there wasn't a penalty. But questions, did he do it intentionally? Come on. I mean, that 100%. It's so obvious. Lewis tried to go round the outside. He was ahead. and Max just opened the steering wheel, didn't turn, and they both ran on that AstroTurf. And then luckily Lewis, very smart. Max made to defend into turn 1. That compromises him all the way through the centre S. And Lewis, boom, job done. 3 rounds to go. I've got that feeling now, and I'm going to say it straight. Lewis Hamilton will not take out Max, but I have a feeling Max, I've got to say it how I see it. I think Max might hit Lewis. Yeah, because it bent. Right now, Max is 14 points ahead. If they both retire, say like Monza, they come together, they both retire, it benefits Max. So there's going to be another contact between them before the season's out. And don't be surprised if Max hits Lewis. I thought it was going to happen yesterday, to be honest. I mean, it was kind of sensible by Lewis to... I mean, they could have easily touched. Now, this is not me hating against Max. The bottom line is, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, and he is my number 1. I love Max. He's great for the sport. Yesterday, for me, he went a bit over the top. But he's always been like that. And part of the reason we love Max is because he's aggressive. He doesn't care about the big names. He was a bit over the top yesterday, but we'll see a bit more. Just very ironic that the stewards seem to give Lewis a ton of penalties. Yet Max, I mean, he gets a cheap change fine for touching his wing. Yeah. Very peculiar, very odd, I would say. Lewis getting all the penalties, Max. But this is what it's about. F1 title, 3 rounds to go. Qatar, Saudi, and Abu. Who's going to come out on top? But yeah. Did Max do it on purpose? 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. And it's very odd, with all the cameras in this great sport, that we haven't seen an onboard footage of Max's steering wheel. I wonder why that is. Doesn't take a rocket genius to see that he's not turned the steering wheel. That was intentional, 100%. Well, it is what it is. Lewis knows now. He knows. So, it's game on. But it was great yesterday. That's what we want to see. We want to see it decided on track, not in the steward's office. We've been crying out for a battle between Max and Lewis. And we were treated yesterday. I'm really looking forward to the last 3 rounds. I love both drivers, that's the thing. I'm kind of torn. I predicted he'd be champion in 2016. And I still stick by that, Max. But yeah, I still believe in Lewis. 3 rounds to go. 14 points. Oh, sugar lumps.